Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Oh, it's rather manic here, to say the least. But anyway, I am here with Peony Dreams. Peony Dreams. I've also got some a beautiful little die and a couple of other little bits and pieces. So I'm going to make a card for you, which is it's got a sort of like a little theme to it, but it's also could be used for all sorts of different things. And I'm going to be showing you a different version of it on a Wednesday. So no notice board, I'm afraid. I've been on the phone to people and I didn't have a chance to do it. Sorry. So let me get myself organized. This is the paper pad that I'll be using. It's called Peony Dreams. I do have a few left, but pièce de la résistance is this gorgeous Sweetheart Circles. And what this is sort of like a wreath. Would you call it a wreath? Sort of a wreath, but with hearts on it. And it's a really subtle thing. It's beautiful for showing love. It's a beautiful for anniversaries, Valentine's coming up, but anniversaries or any sort really. And it can be used for any type of card. So I've got a 6x6 card here, and I'm going to make it into a star card. And I'm going to be using those. I will also be incorporating a die that we had a few months ago now. I haven't got any of these little ones, but I'm sure many of you have. And that's the little silhouette. Now, it was a cat and a dog, but I've gone with just the dog that I had. So I thought do something a little bit different. And then I'm incorporating it with a new scroll corner. So I've brought out various different corners before now. This is a brand new one. It comes in a set of two, so that two exactly the same, so that you've only got to run them through twice to make the corners. But they are really, really pretty. Let me just show you one in all its glory when it's cut out. So there we go. You can see it a bit better there, can't you? So it's a really pretty one. Yeah, so let's make a start and make our card using those dies today. So if you would like any of them, if you pop over to maximumcrafts.com, you will see this, which is the Sweetheart Circle, and you will see this, which is the scroll corner. But you won't see this little woggy. He is going to be around probably in about March, April time. I will be getting some more of him with some different ones of him as well. So yeah, okay. So now I've already cut out a little bit, so I have to admit that I've cut out 2 sheets of white card. So this is my card base, 6x6 card base. Pop that to one side. I've then cut myself out a piece of white card, which is 14.5 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters, which is the same more or less as my card base. And then another piece of white card, which is 13.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters. So those two. Then I'm going to grab some of my papers and let's have a look. I think I'm going to go with that as one. I need 3 pieces of card or paper altogether, so I'm going to go with that one, a stripe, and that one. So that's what I'm going to choose. This is sort of quite dark colours, so I'm doing it all a little bit different today. So let's get our trimmer out and we're going to cut those pieces. So the first piece I'm going to cut this to 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. So just trim that down. So that one's done. Then I'm going to cut this piece and I'm going to cut that down to the same 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. I will just check that in a second to make sure. let me just check that that's what I wanted to cut it to. Yeah. And then finally, I'm going to take this piece, and this is going to be cut 13 centimetres. So I'm going to do all my cutting first, and then we will assemble our card. So let's just throw all those little pieces away. So they're all there. Oh, if I can pick it up. Okay, then I'm going to take my sweetheart circles, and I'm going to cut that out twice, once in black and once in gold. Now I know that sounds a little bit funny, because you might think to yourself, well, that's a funny combination, but I think it will work quite nicely. So if we just, whoops, pop that onto there, run that through my machine. Get all of our bits and pieces. Now I've already cut out some of these corners in black, and obviously there are 4 corners, so I've cut out 4 of those. I've also cut out one of the little dogs. Cut out one of my hearts now. So let's just take out the pieces, and you can see then cuts out beautifully. So it's a little bit like a twisted circle. So it's circles combined, but then you've got little hearts holding them all the way around. So that's that. And then I'm going to pop it into a gold piece as well and cut that out. I'm going to cut it out of the satin gold, so I think I prefer that colour for this one. So I'll just take that off of there. Stick that into there. And I've also cut out the word love, because I'm going to pop that in there for this time. So I'm not going to do it as a birthday card as such. I'm going to do it just as a love card. So we've got all our bits and pieces. And then now on this one, I actually have cut it because I want the hearts. So there are 3 gold hearts that actually will come out of the pattern. So you've got solid hearts that are connected to it here, etc., etc. But you've also got 3 hearts of different sizes that are going to pop out. And so this one is a bit of a twofer, because I've obviously now got a spare gold. We may well be using that next time on Wednesday. But that for now is what we need for that one. So this is all of our bits and pieces. Oh, come here. So that you can see we've got the 3 gold hearts. So let's assemble. Let's pop all of those bits over there. So this is our card blank. So our first piece of card needs to be covered with the patterned paper. So you can use any sort of patterns for here. It's only a 6x6 pad, and that's about all that you need really, so it's ideal. I'm just going to put glue onto the back of that. So this is one of the pieces that is 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres. I'm not quite sure if there's a right and a wrong actually. Let's say there sort of is. And let's put that in the centre there. Okay, so that's one piece. Then I'm going to assemble these pieces as well. So this is another piece which is 14.5 centimetres, and then my coloured piece of card is 14 centimetres. So that's the same size. that straight down onto that piece. And then these two pieces. So this one was 13.5 and this one is 13. So just a little bit smaller. There we go. Pop that onto there. Oh, it's just started raining again here. Gosh, it's been a blowy old day again. Goodness me. Could do without it, couldn't we, eh? So let's now assemble our star card. So this is our card at the front, and our card is going to open to the left-hand side like that. Our first layer, which is this one, or the next layer, I should say, is going to go onto my card like that, like a diamond. And then this piece is going to be slightly offset so that your points of this one come out outside of the card base, but not very much. Can you see what I mean? So that's not coming out very much. So let's just pop this one on first. So I need it sort of in the middle. Don't need it on the edges. So I'm going to put the glue just onto the middle bit. And then stick that in the centre. And then this piece is just going to go, as I say, just making sure, just going to turn it round so that the points of the corner just are outside of the card base, but they're not, you can't sort of do it, well, you could do it a bit like that, just making sure that they're all the same. So I'm not going to put the glue to the very corners because there won't be anything on those very corners. Just going to twist it slightly so that that's just poking out. That is, and that one is. Do it a bit more. So it looks like a real star there. And then, you're not going to be able to see this, are you? It stands up. You can't see that. It stands up using these 2 points as the stander up a bit. Do you see what I mean? So the card itself at the bottom, it's not going to be standing like that, because you might have thought, well, how on earth is she going to get that to stand up? She isn't. She didn't. You just need to turn it slightly, and it's those 2 points that the card will be standing up on, which, as I said, you can't see, but you could see that it was standing, could you not? So now, with the basis of our card now, we're saying that these are the 2 feet down here. We know which orientation we want our picture to go on. So I'm going to take my beautiful sweetheart circles, and as I said, I'm doing it really quite different. So this piece is in black, and I'm going to do it so that we're sticking that down as much as I can, which means more than anything that I'm putting glue onto the areas where the little hearts are. So that gives us enough sticky, I think, to stay stuck. So that is going to go into the centre. And because it's dries clear glue, even if you do get a little bit out of where it should be, all is well. So then I'm going to take my little dog, and my dog, he's going to sit down here. So he's sitting on the heart down there. So a little bit of glue there. As I say, these were out sort of last October, November time, and I know it sold out twice. So I've got some more will be coming, but not really until March. But I couldn't resist it. I had to put that little dog on there. So then I'm going to take my corners. Now, you could use any corners that you like, but these are some new ones. They're called scroll corners. And I've done 4 because I think that they would look nice just to go literally just offsetting. Now, if you don't have the corners, another way of doing that could be putting some little gems in the corners. Now, in this case, I would probably use the black gems. I'll just show you what I mean. Something like those. So there's always a bit of that wherever I go. If I go to the bathroom, there's a bit of that. So if you haven't got corners, you might like to just put one of your large pieces in the center, one of your large jewels in the center. And then in this case, I've got 2 different sizes, and I would come out with 2 more there of the next size, and then maybe 1 of the little ones. Could do that on each of the corners. So there's lots of different choices that you could use, but I'm going to use my corners. As I said, these are the scroll corners, so they're new today. I also have the wildflower paper back in again. It really sells out very quickly, but you will find that on the website as well if you were looking for that. I'm going to put that not right in the corner. Oops. Not absolutely touching the corner, but I want to put it so that that point there of my corner scroll is in the same line as that point and that point. Yeah. And this one. It's a really simple card. It's got a bit of a wow factor because it sort of sits in that different position, but it just works very, very well. Well, I think it does. Oh, gosh, I nearly dropped it then. And then one in that corner there. Sarah, hi Sarah. Just had chance. What's Fiona done? I've missed it. What has Fiona done? I'm looking at that. I just had chance then to glance up, and I can see that Fiona's saying ouch, or people are saying ouch. What's she done? I don't know. Not safe to be let out nor left on her own, to be honest with you, is she, eh? Right, popping that into that corner there. You can see what I mean, how it all sort of brings it together. And then finally this little corner. I do like these little corners. I think it's really nice to have a finish off of a card rather than lots of layers or frames or anything like that. It just finishes it off, putting a nice little corner in, doesn't it? They are very delicate. So they are just right for something like this, where I want the emphasis to be here rather than anywhere else. So I'm then going to get my word love. I just want to put that just at an angle on that card there. Whilst I think about it, people that are subscribers to the monthly card kits should find in their email inbox an invitation to pre-order the card kits, which will be launched next Sunday. Many of you have already seen them, I know, so that's great. Thank you very much for that. But for those of you that haven't, and particularly those of you that are subscribers that think you should have an email, but it's not there, then I would recommend that you have a look in your junk boxes. And if not, get back to us, because sometimes the emails get blocked if they've got pictures on, which they have. So we don't want that to happen. Now, I'm just going to then put these little hearts on here now. So let me just pick them up. Oh. And I'm just going to put them. Do you know what? You could even, just thinking that you could even add some more hearts to the outside, couldn't you? I'm just putting a little bit of glue into the areas where the heart is open here. Open heart surgery, this one now. And then just slot these ones cut out from when I cut So the waste really, when I cut out the gold one, let's turn that round, that goes into there. Oops, let's put that right on the right end. And there we have our first little card there. So as I said, when you open it, your card is going to open there like that. So your sentiment, your writing and everything like that goes in there. But when you come to display it, clearly you can't display it like that because your point here would be in the way. You're not going to be able to do it. But if I pull out this card a little bit more, maybe you'll be able to see it more. It sits on those 2 points here down the bottom, and it simply stands up like that. So in actual fact, your writing is going to be at an angle, if you see what I mean, because it sits like that. So it's called a star card. I've done them before, but I just thought that this little doggy needed a little beauty of all of his own. So I didn't realise that I'd finished in enough time, and I think I'm going to quickly then show you. Can I just show you another quick one? Let me show you. Let me do it very, very quickly. So we've got hold on, another 6x6 card blank, and then going to take a piece of card which is 11.5. I'm going to cut that out. 11.5, a piece of white card. Because you've got nothing better to do for another 10 minutes, have you? You can just stay a little bit longer. That's great. I'm glad you can. It'll be worth it. It's a very unusual one, this one. Why not, eh? That's a piece of 11.5, but I also want a piece of red card, which is going to be 12 by 12. Now, it'll probably look orange to you because the colour, I don't know why, red always shows up so badly. So the idea is that is going to fit into there. That is going to fit onto there. However, I want to do something a little bit different with this first. So with this piece, I'm going to grab myself a piece of acetate. Now, it's only leftover acetate from Christmas time. So it happens to have, it's a piece of the snowflake acetate. It doesn't matter what acetate it is. It's just a scrap of acetate. I'm going to grab Festive Berries, one of the distress inks, and I'm going to put some of that onto my surface. This is a silicone matte, so it's not going to be a problem. If you haven't got such a thing, an old tile that you've had left over from when you were decorating the bathroom type of thing, that works as well. I'm going to move that so that's not in the way. With my ink, I'm going to spray it with water. I'm going to get my piece of card and I'm going to pick that up with that, and then I'm going to splodge it, technical term, splodge it onto the back of this. Okay, so the more I want it to splodge, the further I've got to move it. All right, splodged, technical term, splodged. Just wipe that off because we don't want that going everywhere. And I don't want that to ruin everything. Let me just give that a spray. Oh. Can I please send me the email with the video from the workshop? Okay, Sam, it was sent. Do check in your junk box, but I will send it just when I finish, no problem. Okay, Fiona. Oh, she's fallen. Oh, my lordy. Right, I'm just going to mop up because I haven't got time for not mopping up. Just mop up a little bit there. And then I'm going to attach it to the piece of red card that I had. Okay, so that's going to go on there like that. Now, we do have to bear in mind that that is still wet. And so to be on the safe side, I'm going to use some tape to stick it. If I had time to let it dry, I wouldn't worry about that. And I don't really need this strong tape. But I don't have any of my other double-sided tape here. So this one, it will be. Well, it would be. Now, what did I do with the scissors then? Bear with me. I just need to find the scissors. I've put them in a safe place. Safe place retrieved. Oh gosh, we're only just going to have enough tape on here, aren't we? Let's put a little bit there. Just about enough. Put a little bit there. So that's just for speed. You wouldn't normally do that. But the water, didn't put a lot of water on it, but it does warp it a little bit. So ordinarily I would just leave that. I'll just remove the tape. Don't know if there's a right or a wrong way there, is there? So just put that down there. So I've got my splodged bit. Going to put a bit of foam on that. Didn't use any foam on the first one, did I? So we definitely want a bit of foam on this. So a little bit of foam, a 2mm foam. Oh, look out for that. I've got that coming back in stock this week as well. 2mm piece of foam in the centre. And just remove the back of that to go straight onto my card. And then I'm going to use the gold. If you recall, I cut out the gold piece. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong, really. There isn't really. I think I'll go that way. Put an extra bit of glue on there. Like that. So that's my bit there. Now I've got my gold one. And I'm going to cut out another one. It's just a bit like a perpetual calendar, isn't it? Because now I'm going to cut out another one in red because I want red hearts for this one. So just fill in the position like I did before. That's going to go on the centre there. And then I'm going to grab some of my stem daisies and just make a little collection. Just grab a pen. My bit of card. And then I'm just going to colour the centre of my stem daisy in red. One. Oops. Two. And where should we go for another one? That one, I think. We'll go with 3. I had cut out 4, but I think we'll go with 3. So that's just colouring the centre of my stem daisy. And They are fractionally too long, so I will chop off the bottoms of those. They might need to chop off a little bit more, fraction more, and they are going to go into the center like that. And I need to cut out one in red, so let me just pop that through. Maybe a minute. So this one is really quite different. I mean, this one could even be something for Valentine's if you did want to use it like that. And actually the corners would look really nice there too, wouldn't they? See, I said, what have you not got anything better to do? And actually you did have something better to do, didn't you? But now I've kept you. Just got to check where the hearts are. So we've got one red heart going in there. One there. And this one, whoops. Oh, it went on there. Do you know, they almost look better. Do they look better if they're actually outside? I've got a couple of little hearts there too. You could just sprinkle them about, couldn't you? I think we'll go with that. I quite like that. So I want to place these, I think, first. So a little bit of glue onto the back here, down the stem. One there. And one a bit taller, perhaps. And then one down here. So just a little bit of glue. I'm going to chop the bottom of that off as well, because I think that's still a bit too long. So there we go there. My hearts, golden hearts, now goes over the top. So again, bits of glue on it isn't, if you've got spray glue, I mean, that would be really even better. But if you haven't got spray glue, because it's quite expensive and it's not always necessary, but on intricate things like this, it works quite well. But you wouldn't need to put absolutely everything on there. Make sure my hearts is on the left hand side here, that they are sort of as straight as I can get them. I will put a little bit of glue into there to stick that red heart into there, because I think that looks quite nice. But then I think that the waist of the other ones could possibly go. Turn you around. So there you are, just when you thought that you had seen the first one and all was well. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that for just a nice thank you card, thinking of you cards. You could always get some sentiments that you could put around the edge of the card, something like that, or no sentiments whatsoever. It's just very different, isn't it? So the same frame, the same sweetheart circles, but a completely different type of card and a different concept of a card as well, but both quite quick, really. And as always, the dies do all the talking, don't they? So the dies that we used today was sweetheart circles here and here. We had the new scroll corners, which are here. They come in a pack of 2. obviously cut out twice for that. I also used the stem daisies, which are Maximum Crafts as well. The ones that weren't Maximum Crafts were the love word, which is a creative expressions, and I'm afraid no longer available. I did check before I came online, just in case it was. I've got the Peony Dreams papers, and I've obviously got a little doggy there, but he is from the Cat and Dog collection that was out in about October, November time. I can't quite remember when it was, but there you are. Oh, and the splodge, professional splodge, was Festive Berries colour, which is the red Distress ink from Tim Holtz Ranger. So there you go, 2 quite different cards, but with the same theme there. This little one's for our Meggie, who I'm not sure if Sam is here today, but Sam, I saw somewhere that your little Maggie's going in for an operation, so I'm thinking of you and our Meg as well. So that's for Meg, and this one is for whoever else would like it as well. So thank you very much for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Oh, lots of thumbs up already, but if you could do a few more, it would be good, down along this line somewhere. And I will see you on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday at 6 o'clock when I'll be showing you something a little bit different, and it will be great to see you then if you can make it. If not, we're always on the YouTube channel. So that's the great thing about the YouTube, is that if you see something, you can always look back to the, do you know, I must have a look, because I think it's at least 500 plus videos that are on there on the Maximum Crafts channel. So you can always go and search things that you've seen 2 or 3 years ago, which is great. So take care, everyone. Love to Meggie. Love to you all. And I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.